I just made some dinner along with making food for lunch earlier, so we have lots of food going on for today and to start the week. Do not mind my oily hair. I have yet to take a shower, which I am gonna do soon. I'm currently journaling. Did about an hour of editing so far as well. I saw something that said when you feel a little bit confused of your direction, look to your Jupiter. My Jupiter is Capricorn. There was a lot of reassuring things I read. If I'm sticking with integrity, maturity, and being ethical, then things will eventually fall to place because Capricorn appreciates hard work. Having a long route to get to success, like climbing a mountain. I'm trying to stay very optimistic and very hopeful. Starting my day today, I didn't feel the best. I felt some guilt in having the opportunity to stay here longer. Parts of me feel really bad because a lot of my close family don't have the ability or the confidence to create freedom for themselves just yet. When I see my opportunities that come because I'm so open to experiencing a lot, seeing what happens, I see why things line up for me the way they do. Some guilt in that. You know, I am creating for myself. I am creating for other people. I'm grateful to be here for a little bit longer. I'm happy that I started off this new energy with making food for my cousins, having my routine be in flow. I'm literally sitting in another manifestation, and I know that. Craving the feel of having roommates, and this opportunity is kind of like that. I'm treating being in this apartment as if I'm already living in mine. I'm really happy and I'm really excited to see what's gonna happen. Today is the Gemini new moon, on top of already being a Gemini season. Lots of welcoming toward Gemini energies. There's a crow that just flew by with something in its mouth. I love when I see birds have things in their mouth. It feels extra symbolic of good fortune. I don't know, that's just how I see birds when they have things in their mouth. With the Gemini energy, I'm just gonna be very open to information, not have anything be taken personal, be part of conversations. Had a nice open conversation earlier about things that were starting to come up, like maybe some expectation. I'm glad even having a conversation like that was very easy. Thank you, Gemini energy, for having this sort of level of emotional detachment to be able to receive so much information freely. My routine involves walking benji. Garbage out. I am gonna take full advantage of the fact that they have a gym. It's not bad. It doesn't have all the light or the butt equipment, but it's not bad. It has weights, it has bench. It's an upgrade from my dad's basement, so I'm gonna take it. It is 8 o'clock right now. Normally I don't like to work out this late, but we like breaking out of comfort zones. I want to show myself that I will work out, and the excuses I have are not, they're just excuses. Let's go.
I just want to party, I ain't trying to be your wife. He just want to fuck, so he gon' buy me what I like. Now he trying to cuff, but I can't give him my whole life. I just want to party.
It's Thursday. I've been feeling a lot of heaviness in my heart concerning family. My cousin and my auntie are trying to mediate the relationship I have with my brother. I am learning a lot. It isn't a hard no, but since I've been here, I've been on a roller coaster of whether or not I do want to see him. There's a conversation to be had. It's nice to hear encouragement to talk instead of shaming me to talk. They're coming at a place where showing another perspective of what's the harm in talking. I will get my answer. I don't have to stick with my assumptions about what the situation is for me. He's stuck in his own assumptions of me and the situation between us as well, and the only way to clear the air is actually talking to each other. But there's this stubborn pride in me. It's funny because we're both Leos, my brother and I, so I can see a familiar prideful stubbornness in him as well. I think what bothered me so much was yesterday my cousin was talking to him, not gonna get into any details, but basically something he said in there made me shut down. It made me not want to reach out anymore. I talked with my cousins about it. I cried to them about how I feel towards the situation. I still have mixed feelings about it. I did talk to my cousin's partner more about it. This is what I completely love about Scorpios, by the way. No matter how close you could be to a Scorpio, even if you just met them, they could talk to you about really deep shit and not feel any weird way about it. I love that about Scorpio energy. I'm really grateful that I feel seen, I feel validated in how I feel and what the story was. I'm grateful to feel like people are on my side, even with their openness to be on another person's side. This is not a situation where I want people to choose between my brother and I. I'm grateful that I still feel heard while they're also holding space for him to be heard. I think I will think about it a little bit more as the days go by. I have a lot of time because he isn't free until a couple days before I leave. I woke up for sure saying no, so I'm kind of integrating the things I heard in reflection. I'm really learning a lot about having high expectations and then getting disappointed from that. If there's any expectations I have of my brother in this conversation, I'm trying to let it go. I do want to come at this with an open mind. It's just emotionally right now, I feel not ready to do that. My cousin is a Capricorn and her partner is a Scorpio, so I'm just gonna refer to them like that because you know me and my astrology signs. Scorpio pointed out that we don't have to be close, we don't have to have an immediate relationship out of this, but we're just both coming at a place where we're only seeing our own perspectives on the situation. And as much as I know I'm trying to see his side and give compassion to it, I know there's a bigger part of me that doesn't want to do that. And that's just something I'm aware of. Giving insight about how he could have felt throughout all this, it does lighten the load a lot. Part of my stubborn pride is that I feel like I know people. That sounds very bold of me to say, oh, you think you just know everybody. I think with like the hypervigilance I've carried for so long, I'm just pattern graphing, having how reactions used to be, what things used to be said, but I'm trying to give grace and space for the fact that my brother probably changed too. If I can change like this, I don't want to like hold it over him that he hasn't, even if his reaction and some of the words he said to my cousin has made me feel like he hasn't changed. I haven't seen him in person for more than a year, so we'll see what that ends up being like. Compromise is actually, we do have a mediator when our conversation comes forth, and that would be my cousin. My cousin is a very grounded person in the thick of emotional turmoil. I know in the past when my brother and I tried to even have somewhat of a deeper talk that involved our triggers, he would shut down and I would get louder. Something about me in arguments is if I feel like the other person is not giving me space to say what I want to say and they're just already they're already becoming detached from the whole situation itself, because I'm really used to having the response that I'm too much. So whenever I talk about my feelings and stories, a lot of my family's response is to just say they don't want to hear it. Not that they don't want to hear it later, not that they'll give me space for it another moment, but that they just don't want to hear it in general. Expecting that he's just gonna be like, I don't want to hear the deeper things that you went through because it's too much. Scorpio pointed out, at least I'll know his emotional capacity. Then there's some things that have also come up as triggers amongst other connections, but what's been so comforting is having Scorpio to talk to about all these things. I think she's honestly one of the first people in a very, very, very long time where I feel like I could just talk about my feelings without feeling shamed or blamed for anything. She's pointed out that I'm projecting in certain situations, and that helps me as well. Thank you, because I know I could get into my head a lot and take things more personal than it needs to be. That's on awareness for me. With the Gemini new moon, it's about like honest, thought-provoking conversations, sharing information without getting emotionally detached or emotionally attached to anything. Really interesting to see the shift between Taurus, a more grounded, slow routine energy, to like, okay, we're just gonna talk about it now. Clear the air, say what's on your mind, free your mind from these grudges and burdens. Feeling grounded in my routine after feeling like I made a routine that's meant for me in this season, and now that I'm stable in the earthly realm, the air element is coming in and being like, okay, let's amp things up a little bit again, let's create some movement, but this time more in the mental space through conversation, through observation, through changing the way you think about things. All I can say is Gemini season is keeping me open-minded. Yep, open-minded. I can be more flexible and curious toward my career, relationships, and creative inspirations and output. Feeling discouraged and disappointed come up often when I don't see results matching with effort and determination. A lot of what I've done seems to just unblock limitations. I'm grateful to feel more freedom in that, but I start to work more to feel like I am at least going forward. For so long, I felt like I had to overcome my lacking situations and around those I live with. Wishing to feel acceptance in who I was and what I did, this time I really feel the expansion from living in manifestations. I know this apartment with my cousins isn't mine, but I am treating it like it is. I am embracing the welcoming love by my family while feeling no pressures to produce money for them and feeling enough to simply exist here. It's been so healing. Divine family, I humbly say I give up. I'll focus on creation itself, especially for YouTube, without rigidity and pressure. I am the content and creator. My creations are an extension of me and my stories. I pray for a team to help me in the earthly realm.
Can show you the world. Shining, shimmering, splendid.
klockan är ungen. Flera timmar kvar tills vi ska gå. Nu är vi stjärnorna i rummet. Och jag kan förstå varför de tittar på.
I am so happy to be reunited with yarn. I'm making a new skirt. Woo, woo, woo. You like the color scheme? Spring getting into summer, and I might be getting ahead of myself, but no, wait. Summer is at the end of this month of June. Perfect timing. It's gonna be shorter. I'm following a different pattern. I already love the yellow feel of it. I just feel bright when I work on this, to be honest. I didn't even mind that I had to untangle hours of work because it was already the vibe. When I had a break from the editing during my period, a surrender energy today where I'm really realizing me constantly putting so much work on myself and adding more and more responsibility onto me is a comfort zone. It doesn't work in the way that I meant to either be making money or creating in general, or both. It was nice to have the direction of putting 2 videos out a week. Because I do everything myself, it was like, okay, I would spend a couple days dedicated on creating it, filming it, then a few days editing it, then posting, and then be ready for the next one and be ready for the next one. So I'm grateful that I have organization to pull that off and do that. It was something I did for months being at my dad's house. I'm happy because when I was at my dad's house, it felt like I really needed to remember the direction I was going in despite my environment. Now, after finding that inner stability within my routine, I feel some comfort to be able to not be so rigid in the routine. I don't have to do the routine as in everything is set per time, but as long as I do certain things a day that make me feel grounded, I feel like that's part of what I would consider a routine. Things that make you grounded that you do daily, right? With Gemini energy now, it's like I'm open to a lot more things now. And one of those things is playing out my days differently. I am really trying to ingrain in my mind that I'm on vacation and not in another place I have to prove myself. It's more of I can relax. Like I can actually see how I want my time spent, not just me wishing or visualizing how I would want my days to be, because that was me being at my dad's house writing in my journals. It's put into practice like, no, now you're on vacation. How are you going to spend your time? Everything going forward is going to be intuition led. I want to be guided by my body. I don't want to keep producing anything just to have content for it in a ways of overworking. Earlier, I had a moment where I was like, okay, let's get into crocheting because now we have crochet. If crocheting is meant to be a relaxation practice as it is, then why am I trying to force it in? I've been letting go of editing a lot more if I feel like doing something else, and that could just be doing something slower, like being in my journals much slower, or just drawing, anything else that's not editing. If I feel like I want to do that more, then I just do it instead of forcing myself to edit so I can finish these videos on a timed thing. Don't get me wrong, I have so much content to edit and then put out, ideas constantly flowing in my mind, so I'm not worried about that. It's just the output process I want to give myself more grace on. To be real, as much as I tried Editing is not a passion for me. It's something that I get to do because it just is part of how my videos and stories come out. And I really don't mind the editing, but it just takes a lot of time. I remember when I first started YouTube, I wanted an editor. I went into a moment where I didn't want other people to edit my stuff because I'm like, how can they tell a story like I'm telling it? I'm sure if you have a passion for editing, you're able to make it come to life. And I will trust that. I will trust that editing is not a favorite thing for me, nor is it a skill I'm really good at. But trust that there are other people who can bring my vision to life. My favorite thing is making the content for it, for sure. I love recording myself. I love recording what I'm doing. I just absolutely love that part. Even my really long tangent videos like my podcast or when I just pop off for 20 minutes of talking, I'm grateful to create those, but editing that is so tedious for me.
Just woke up. You know when you like wake up because you have to pee or wake up in the middle of your sleep and you're just up. It's 4 in the morning. 4. It's this bright at 4 in the morning. My cousin is sleeping, but it's 4. The birds are loud. The traffic is going. It's 4.
I love this food. I thank this food. This meal is in its highest vibration. I feel good from this meal. I'm grateful to eat it. Cheers! Update, y'all. It's been a chillin', slower type of vibe lately. For the past couple days, I've just been in a routine. My cousin goes to work, her partner is in PEI, so I've just been house sitting, dog sitting, being in my routine in another place, which is really nice. A restart on how I spend my time. It's beautiful to kind of wake up feeling no pressure to be or do anything. I'm actually envisioning what it would be like to live in my own apartment, what the routine would be like, and if I would still be so hard on myself about being productive, creating endlessly until something comes of it. I'm actually trying a whole other route where I'm trusting that my creations are becoming what they are. I'm letting everything grow in its own light. I'm still open to so much. One of the videos I came across on TikTok today was someone who helps creators out, and they were saying to create a series for June. And I was thinking about it. I have YouTube series that I do continuously and have done for a couple years. I don't have any series actually going on when it comes to my short form content. I did my nightcap yaps. I don't know. I just don't feel like yapping like that right now. I just don't feel like I have much to say. I've still been editing
but I'm also including time to go to the gym. If I want to walk to the cafe, I make time for that as well. Like, if I feel like doing anything else that's not editing, I'll do it. A lot of what takes up my time in a day is probably journaling. Journaling a lot of different things. It's not just writing one entry. It's writing the daily entry, but also keeping track of different lists for different areas, just so I can have more awareness on other things that I'm doing, things I want to keep track of. The inner child in me loves to endlessly record things. It could sound really exhausting to some people. Like, even when I tell other people like what I write, it looks overwhelming. But for me and my inner child, I love how much I'm recording myself. That is a priority. It is a way how I stay connected to my inner child and spend quality time with myself. I'm remembering my worth. I'm remembering what I bring to the table. If there's anything I'm sad about in the moment, it's grieving losses, saying goodbyes to things. I feel like I've let a lot go leaving my dad's house. Everything I was expecting about people, to be honest, and my direction in my career and life in general, I kind of let it all go once I got here. Not right away, but after a lot of conversation about, things I am holding on to. Once I started to come into acceptance and understanding of those more personal issues, it felt like I was able to let go of a lot of things. I saw Erin Leon say in a video recently for her June forecast that there's this energy around wounded masculine energy and having the power of forgiveness, being able to forgive, because when you connect to source, God, divine, it's all forgiving. Not to say like not to validate the things you go through and want to have clarity, boundaries, and conversations about it, but it's more of like in ways of empathy, of thinking, okay, they are acting like this because that is all they know. They are acting like this because that's what they were shown. And not to give like ultimate grace and just like say, yeah, it's fine if they continue doing that and they can stay in my life. No, but it's being like, okay, they acted like this and I don't have to, tolerate it. After hearing that, it's almost like I kind of forgave my brother for everything. I feel like I've been really focusing on the relationship with my dad the last few months, being at his house, and now that I'm in the same city as my brother, it's like I'm being shown how to forgive what happened between us and him in general. I just wanted to hold on to my pride, I'm not gonna lie. I wanted to be like, no, but he did this to me. But this is what happened and he didn't care, so why should I care? I've been stuck there for a while. Ever since Ontario and my hand accident, there's a lot I was holding on to when it came to him. But then someone gave me the perspective switch of, but does he know why you're even mad at him? I could assume that he could guess. He still, at the end of the day, didn't live my experience. So until I said it to him, actually, like, he doesn't know my perspective about anything. Some of the things he said towards how he feels about me is kind of triggering. Wow, he really is not trying to understand me. With another help of just talking it out with my cousin's partner, she was saying that could be his capacity though. Like, I blocked him without saying anything to him beforehand. Yesterday, unblocked him. When I did, I didn't really tell him or anybody the reason why I did that. I just wanted to cut the connection. I literally wanted to burn the bridge. I was like, fuck this. I just felt really fed up for when I did do that. And he probably sees it as childish that I did that. Even if I don't agree with his perspective, I can also see why he thinks that. There's like a wave of compassion that flew over me recently as in yesterday. I'm kind of integrating that, like integrating the power of forgiveness, talking out loud to someone. And I was saying that I feel like I'm being trained to be like a monk, like just have this like ultimate compassion and standing so strong in spirituality that the outside world doesn't bother you. It feels very enlightening to be able to practice what I'm learning with the core wound of it all. There's almost a part of me that's okay, once I heal these deep-seated wounds, everything with my family, what am I going to hold on to? And that part is so fun to ask myself. It feels like expansion after that. I'm in the same city as my mom as well. Overwhelming to try to handle all these different areas of my family all at once. I also think I can handle it. I don't know how I would be with talking to my mom and grandma. I'm not sure if I want to see them this trip. And that's just me being real in the moment. I feel like I'm finally being okay with reaching out to my brother. I just want to do it one at a time. There is forgiveness everywhere, and my mom deserves it too, in a sense. I'm grateful for all the resting time I get. I'm spiritually doing a lot of different things and emotionally working through a lot, so I'm grateful for all the rest I get to have.
It's been a minute since I went to a cafe. Being here, I've been reframing how I do work. I'm not trying to be so editing intensive anymore. I spent most of the day doing other stuff and then hanging out with my cousin. Letting editing fit in where there's space to instead of making room for it. Right now, I was deciding between doing work on the balcony and just enjoying that because it's a nice day regardless. I also haven't just been somewhere else for a minute. For example, yesterday, my cousin and I went to this restaurant, Chibop, just to pick up. We didn't even order there. We were just picking it up, and that was my only outside time. I'm just trying to change my routine. Tomorrow, I'll be hanging out with my cousin and her friend. My goal today is to have my next video be ready for posting tomorrow, which there's not a lot left to do. I'm happy about that. It's my Taurus reflection. I can still go on the balcony when I come back. Right now, it's 1:30. By the time I get to the cafe, it'll be close to 2. I'm trying to journal while I'm out, and that's actually gonna come first before the editing. I just feel like journaling outside my normal routine, it's what keeps journaling fresh for me when I do it in different spots. I'm hoping tomorrow I could find a really nice blue candle. I'm currently working with Mama Isis. Blue candles is something that felt requested for. I'm hoping to find like a new necklace that has an ankh on it, or some kind of jewelry with the ankh on it. I have an ankh itself, which I love. It's gold, it's beautiful, but it's at my dad's house, and I don't be just bringing that everywhere. I want to wear an ankh on me to represent our connection and my passion, interest, welcoming of ancient Kemetic energy, ancient Egypt for some. Loving my routine and flow here. This morning, and even yesterday, my aunt brought up the idea of moving to Vancouver. She actually doesn't want me to go back to my dad's house, and there's something so comforting about hearing that from another family member, that they see that what's happening at my dad's house for me is really unfair. I don't have motherly support there. My dad, I can tell he's trying his best with what he can and what he knows. I know where I'm not welcomed, and my stepmom does not like me. Feel like I reach a point for me to say that, because I'm not just like, oh, one bad day, okay, one bad week, no, it's been months of noticing she don't like me. If it's been months, I'm gonna validate how I feel in that, and I know I don't have a welcoming space in that house. No matter how much my dad and my sisters want me there, it's not good for my mental health knowing that 2 adult family members constantly talk about me every day and just don't see my life going anywhere. It's distracting. It doesn't make me stop anything, it's just distracting. I don't know, I'm kind of taking it all in that I could have the potential to be moving cities, whether it's coming here to Vancouver or being open, or just like having that energy of being open. Desire is to be in Toronto. Whether it's Toronto, whether it's here, like I'm open to the move. I know it's time for me to go at my dad's house. Our relationship has gotten so much better. I now have an actual relationship with my sisters, and that's all I want. That's all I wanted before coming to my dad's. I felt like I was missing out on their life
and now I feel like I'm actually part of it. Even if I'm here, no matter where I am, like I feel like I actually have a connection with them, and that's all I care about, having a connection with in that house. I just want to own my magic. I want to connect with Egyptian energy. I'm calling in Mama Isis. I don't want to be in any fearful mindset of, oh, I have to leave a house, oh, someone's making me leave. Like, yes, I don't feel welcomed, but I've already seen how pressuring myself to move out has hurt me a lot in the past, has made me have a lot of impulsive decisions and moves. I don't want this new information that came in to make me go that route of impulsivity. I just want to feel more confident instead of like, no, yeah, this is where I'm going next. It is time to leave. Own that detachment energy that I feel like I'm being called to embrace right now. This time in BC has been so nice. I feel relaxed on a different type of level. I'm grateful for the relaxation I felt being at my dad's, you know, not being worried about where my next meal is coming from or paying for somewhere to sleep. That took on a lot of relaxation itself. But now, being at my cousin's, I feel mentally rested. I don't feel like I have to constantly prove myself in front of my stepmom or her mom, and that I'm doing things outside of myself just to feel left alone, unbothered, validated even. I'm not worried about what someone else thinks of me at all. And as much as I could keep telling myself, I don't care, I don't want it to impact me, how my stepmom and her mom feel, it still does. It's something I constantly see every day. Being triggered only to calm myself down, and that's a process I do every single day at that house. When I'm here at my cousin's, I just wake up. Even when my cousin finishes work and she's like, so what did you do to be productive today? It doesn't trigger me. Not only is it the inner work on taking things personal, but it's also, I don't feel defensive towards her. I feel like my cousin does have preconceived notions of who I was and who I am. And even before coming here, you know, another family member was telling her a lot of crazy things about me to paint a picture of me. So she had like wariness about seeing me again. And then when we had a heart-to-heart, maybe a week after being here, she's like, yeah, this is how I felt about you before you came here. But seeing you as you are now and seeing how we're talking, it's like the cousin I got along with a long time ago is still there. There's a lot of people in my close family that not only see me in a really bad light, but tell other people about that. Like they want them to believe that bad light as well. And at this point, I just can't care about that, but it's just sad. That's all. It's just sad to hear from other people like, hey, this family member or hey, this person close to you before is saying this about you. Like, and I was like, that's so unfair. It's so unfair. Can't do anything about people's opinions. Anyways.
Before I put it in her place. Who you think you is, babe? I'm who they wanna be. Got that apple bottom falling out my jeans like it's a tree. Diamonds yellow, bitches think they sippin' tea, but girl, it's pee. Got the game on lock, so who you know could really fuck with me? Spanish poppy, when we talking, I'm bilingual. Don't worry about them other niggas, babe, I'm single. All these bitches wanna copy me like Kinkos.
That was a nice, successful workout. Do you see that little pump, 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 move over here. Finish off the workout here, then enjoy the day out. I'm super open for surprises. I'm expecting to get at least a new sports bra and a new shirt. Since I'm gymming so much, shirt would be nice. That is all I ask. You see that pump? Let's start the day. This is a fit check. Demon Slayer shirt. Graphic tees, shorts vibe. You might be wondering, why don't you just get a better angle and stand up? My phone is charging and I want to show it right now. I'm trying to get every moment of charge in before the day out. I'm one of those people that must charge to 100 or else I'll feel something like when it's not fully to 100. I started charging it at 41% when I finished the gym, and now she's at 95. I love that.
With an ass so fat, send a nigga off, got him coming right back. Ain't never go soft, cause a bitch real stack. Listen, if you a bad bitch, put your hands in the air. Baby, bust it down like you just don't care. If you a rich nigga, throw that money in the air. Make it rain on a fly bitch like you Ric Flair. Slim waist, yeah, my body on 10. Bitches don't want smoke, better get a vape pen. Throw it back, got a nigga waiting. Nigga, I ain't tryna talk, let's be on vacation. All around the world, all around the world. I just wanna go all around the world. Send the first class, then I write back. Niggas tryna trade funds for a nightcap. Think he finna hit it, he ain't like that. I'm way too cool for this shit. Don't you see the rude on my fit? Hot girl, got a tool in the whip. Hit up Drake cause I'm cool in the 6. Drop it to the float, it's a remix. Snatching bitches made, nigga, that's a reflex. Got my own money, that's 3 checks. They still hopping on the tracks, talking about we next.
If there's something about me, y'all, I hate walking around the mall without intention to buy something. Let's just walk around the mall. I'm not the one. Y'all, we were in the mall for 5 hours. I didn't buy anything except food. I just really wanted to go thrifting. I wanted to go thrifting. Thrifting is more fun and my style. I just like thrifting a lot more because it feels like finding treasure. You're finding a good deal, someone's old one. It would have been new to me. Yes, I could have found those things at the mall, but after you've been thrifting for a long time, which is me, when you're in that kind of mode, you look at clothes prices at the mall and you're like, no. I could find something like this at a thrift store for half off. Buying clothes is not that serious for me. I'm not someone who cares about brand names too much. I don't want to support certain brands. I have Lululemon leggings. I don't support them as a company per se. And it sucks because like if I'm wearing it, it looks like I'm marketing it, right? I got it thrifting for $15. I've wanted camo leggings for a long time. A teenager, it's something I wanted. And when I saw it in Lululemon, for $15, I got it. You're never gonna catch me buying Lululemon leggings anymore at the actual store if I were to get something like that. I like to buy a lot of athletic wear thrifted. I'm still grateful for being taken outside and being driven around, being shown the city in other people's lenses. I genuinely love visiting other people in their homes for that reason. Show me their regular routine. I love that. I've been enjoying coming to the balcony almost anytime I want. I really love being on the balcony, especially at night, being outside but being at home. It's super comforting. A few of the places I've lived, being outside at night near my home was not the comfiest thing. Feeling comfortable
to be able to do it, I'm very grateful. I had almost a sense of dread today, and I had to remind myself, like, I still have 10 days here. That is a lot of time. In the span of how long I've already been here, I feel like things have been changing. Last week, I still held on to a lot of resentment towards a lot of people in my close family. Coming into this weekend here, don't care to hold on to it anymore. I had like a huge awareness of it, having my family, my extended family, tell me like, hey, this is how we're seeing it on our side, and you know, it does look like you're holding on to a lot of things. And I don't know why that like did something for me. I genuinely thought I was at a place where I have let go of a lot of things, forgave a lot of things. Like, there's things to validate your pain, but at one point you do notice that, okay, yeah, it's a grudge. Like, you're holding on to anger just because you want to be right in the situation. Even though I do and, you know, have felt very wronged in my situation, a lot of family members don't know my side of the story. I've held on to the fact that they've never cared to ask, so it made me feel like they didn't care about how I felt at all. And I don't know if that's true or not, but that's how I felt for a long time. That wasn't doing anything for me. I'm kind of allowing myself to be led with forgiveness and love. Let's see what that looks like going forward.
Just get a little overwhelmed, and I had to do everything at once for so long. I think it's starting to feel heavy on me. I've been intentionally trying to let go of carrying so much burden and responsibility that isn't mine. And not to say content creation isn't my responsibility, it definitely is. I'm just saying I felt very overburdened for a very long time amongst other things. So now that I'm letting go of those, it almost feels like I'm just tired of carrying a lot more than I want to handle. I'm making dinner tonight using spaghetti noodles for an Asian inspired dish. Love that for resourcefulness. Use what she got in the kitchen, you know? I know that money's gonna come back to me. I've kind of spent the first bit of the morning going through money blockages and then kind of praying to find a solution about it. And the next thing you know, when I came back from my walk, Aaron Leon's was on live talking about money. There you go. Thank you, Divine, for literally showing me, because all I want is to be showed how. Earlier when I was listening to a reading, I forgot what she said, but what sparked a memory from it was that some parts of me are still holding on to the story that I'm homeless. You know what picture is coming to my head right now? It almost feels like, okay, now that I've let go of so much about my family, now I can kind of address even the more recent things that were very traumatic, venting to myself about my experience. Like, there was no one I was actually talking to that I could talk about that experience with as it was happening. I think that fear that no one cares about my struggles, so why talk about them? I think that is what I'm kind of holding on to. What if I just suddenly lose everything again? That's just on my deeper consciousness that I realized that. Like, I didn't even carry that story with me in my day-to-day recently or anything. But yeah, just deep in thought and some certain trigger words, I was like, oh shit, I'm still kind of holding on to this in a sad way. Maybe I feel unworthy of the things that I'm trying to call in. I don't want to be unworthy, but if I'm carrying those unworthy wounds, yeah. After being around my family where a lot of these unworthy wounds stem from, self-love, validate, and then just come into acceptance, put boundaries up, all of the inner work stuff into practice, I can have more space to feel more worthy. I'm starting to feel like my dad genuinely cares. Like, I carried a story for a long time that none of my close family cared about me. Just being around my dad and just like the last couple months, I'm happy that like I could feel that he cares about me. That's pretty healing. I forgot that I was cutting garlic. I prepped it, and then as soon as I started talking, I started really talking. I love the smell of garlic. I love chopping it up. Cooking is not a passion for me, let's just say, but I'll do it. I like when people like my cooking. My dad's friend called me out prepping food with her, my dad's birthday. She's like, squeeze all these limes with the lime squeezer, and there was like 15 of them. You cut them in half and then squeeze them, and I was like doing it so fast like a machine. She wasn't telling me to hurry, but there's just like the sense of urgency in me that I was like, okay, I got it. She was watching me. She's like, you can take your time. Cooking is meant to be fun and slow. That was the first feminine that ever said that to me. When she said it, and so gently, I was like, I have been cooking in a very rushed type of energy before. I'm trying to like cook when I'm not hungry. That's a big one. And right now, like, my cousin isn't coming home till an hour and a half, but I want the dinner to be done before she gets home. I'm not assuming she'll eat right away, but just to see that I did it, I don't know, that could be a thing too. I was even thinking of going on TikTok live while I do this. I don't know if I want to do that or just listen to some tarot readers for a little bit. When I feel like I want spiritual comfort and I need to hear it, I'll listen to tarot readings. It's all in discernment. Those help me, and they've been helping me for the last few years. I give reverence and honor to tarot readers, especially as a tarot reader myself who does daily tarot readings on myself. It's just nice to hear it from like an external source too. And then when I see how many people like the tarot reading, it actually brings me joy. Oh my god, this many people feel the same way I do, or like at least some parts of what I do. Oh, this many people resonate with me. Fuck, it makes me feel less alone, especially when I read some comments and it literally sounds like, are we living the same life? Why not honor that? I also have a lovely gift of clairaudience. It's one of my strongest gifts. So I take like what I listen to very seriously. That's why I don't really like to listen to a lot of like negative things anymore, because I really can take it in. I actually didn't think I would be able to multitask, but I'm pretty locked in while trying to talk at the same time. I'm very protective of myself, and not in a self-preservation, scared of everybody type of way, but more like I love to be around people so much that I need to have some sort of boundary with myself, not let everyone be so close. What I'm trying to say is, when I was younger, I used to truly believe that you gotta trust first to see if it's gonna be broken, and I used to tell people I just met really deep shit about myself. But I was a big trauma dumper. Like, I have to admit that about myself. I was huge on trauma dumping. Bad. I kind of like the garlic a little bit on, I don't like it so finely chopped. Sometimes I really like to bite into the garlic when I'm eating it. Does anyone resonate with that? When it's too small, I feel like I can't enjoy it. I really love garlic. My favorite part about a fire, like a bonfire situation, is roasting garlic. Are we gonna eat anything else? I don't know. I'm okay with just roasted garlic. That was lovely. Now I'm gonna put the meat in. Cousin had bought marinated pork bulgogi. We're gonna use the rest of that. Baby bok choys. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate your attention in watching this vlog. If you've been to British Columbia in Canada, if you've done any of the things I've shown, I kind of showed a lot more being at home this time though. But if you maybe resonated with anything I said, that'd be cool to say that. Love y'all. See you in the next vlog. Even though I'm coming into such a routine here, I think I just really want to own the fact that I haven't been to BC itself in so long. Seeing it as I am now, it's exciting for me. I kind of just vlog until I have like half an hour worth of content, but then it ends up being a little bit more than that sometimes. That's okay. That's okay. See y'all. Bye-bye.
After the shit that we've been through, even though you know I like it, girl, you know the truth. You know that I fucking love it. Fuck you right me out. Get that straight to your face. Can't be the one if you in second place.